Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG G-Self Perfect Pack. This is what is probably going to be the last standard release HG from the Reconquista G storyline. And I gotta say, I think they went out on a good note. I mean, it's kind of too bad that they didn't go out on something a little bit more original. I mean, this is the third version of the G-Self, if you don't count the Space Pack, because the G-Self was not actually included with that. So this is the third version of the G-Self that we're getting. So the Gundam itself is going to be mostly the same. I will go ahead and talk about what some of the small differences are, but of course the big difference is just going to be the pack that we're getting. So for that, I don't know, it would kind of probably be a toss-up if you really want to build another G-Self, if you built one before, or maybe if you've never built a G-Self, maybe what is going to make this one unique for you is going to be the backpack. So maybe if you really only want to choose one of the three, I guess it's probably going to come down to which backpack you like, or maybe you just don't want to spend as much for the assault pack because it is quite large. But this one I think is pretty good. I think the original, the atmospheric pack, was probably the cheapest, and then this one is kind of medium, and then the assault pack is the most expensive one. So kind of maybe depends on what you want, and I think they could probably be rated in that order, probably. I think the assault pack is probably the coolest one, but it's also the most expensive. This one is also pretty cool, but it's kind of somewhere in the middle. Not that expensive, and the atmospheric pack is just pretty basic, probably not that cool compared to the other two, but it is cheap anyway, so I don't know. There's pros and cons there when you want to choose which one. For this video though, we're just going to go over this one, and yeah, I gotta say the Gundam, I will talk a little bit about the Gundam itself, and just its articulation and all of that. I'll cover that again, but it's going to be the same as for the assault pack, so if you want to see more about that, go back and check out my review of the assault pack as well. Again, most everything on the Gundam is going to be the same. Really, the only parts that are different for this kit are going to be the shoulder armor, which is new, which I think is a big improvement. I really like and prefer this new shoulder armor compared to the original. We do get the original shoulder armor, so among our parts that are old parts that we're getting with this kit are the original shoulder armor. So if you wanted to keep these and use with a different kit or something, you could do that. I personally don't really like the look. This is one of my least favorite things about the G-Self is the shoulder armor, so I probably won't be using this for anything ever, but you do have that. You do also have the original side skirt armor as well, which is just very, very basic pieces here. These could be used for something, so you might want to hang on to those for just some spare parts. So we have new shoulder armor, new side skirt armor, and then the feet are the same feet as the original, but they're different. In my previously reviewed G-Self, it was the assault pack, and the assault pack had different feet. I prefer the feet of the assault pack. I don't really like these feet all that much. I don't like the white designs on the side. Those are just stickers, by the way. When I give you a close-up look and we're talking about the articulation, I'll point out all the stickers because this does have quite a lot of them. But those are one thing that I dislike about this Gundam is also the designs of the feet. So I think if and when I get around to like actually painting this and I do any modifications, one thing I'm probably going to do is just file down the sides of the feet to just get rid of that detail on the side so that they're just plain blue without that kind of extra detail on the side. It's just not really my personal taste, and I could deal with the feet being slightly more narrow as well, so probably what I would do. But anyway, other differences here are just going to be some sticker differences. Like on the forearms, we have addition of the forearms. The mold is the same, but we have a new sticker we're putting on there, and then some of the plastic colors is a little bit different. The color scheme is mostly the same, but the red is going to be a little bit darker. The blue, I believe, is a little bit lighter for the main body. Here's the yellow stripe there on the arm. You can see is the new sticker there. So just some really slight differences there, but it's enough, I think, to set it apart. If you had this standing with the other one, especially when the backpacks are on them, they're going to look plenty different enough that I think it's warranted to buy 2 or 3 or all 3 of them, or even 4 if you want to have the space backpack as well. That one I think is probably pretty similar to the Perfect Pack, so I think if there was one that you could do without, probably going to be the Space Pack. But that's enough about that. Why don't we go ahead and now bring this closer, if I can stop that from spinning. We'll bring it closer and talk about this in a little bit more detail. So here on the head, there's going to be quite a lot of stickers. There's the sticker for the eyes, this sticker here on the top of the head, the multicolored blue, black, and red one. And then that blue piece up inside the top there, that kind of top camera I believe it is, that's a sticker. On the sides of the head, those yellow parts on both sides, that's a sticker, stickers on both sides. And then here, one blue one there on the top, and then one blue one on the back. There's more stickers there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stickers just on the head. The head is pretty well articulated, gonna go up about like that much, down like that, plenty, so that's good. These are the parts that are kind of meant to be the areas where the beam saber handles are stored. Of course, on the kit, they don't actually store the beam saber handles. If we ever get a master grade of this, hopefully they'll be able to integrate that so that the handles actually will store in there. But for the high grade, they do not. While this is off, I'll point out that we do have stickers on the front and back ends of these as well. It's like light blue stickers on a light blue part. They're like barely noticeable, but we do have stickers on the front and back of those parts as well. Let me try to get this back on here just a moment. Okay, then in the torso, inside the vents there's a black sticker inside there, and then these blue details is a sticker. No sticker behind this clear piece, which I talked about that in my review of the Assault Pack, and this one as well. I don't know why there's no like sticker, just like a silver sticker to stick behind there to make this shine more, but there isn't, so it doesn't. Here on the crotch piece there's a sticker behind there, but in the chest, this part, there's nothing there, so a little bit odd. Nothing on the backpack. I guess there's no backpack attached yet, but nothing on the back of the mobile suit in terms of stickers for the main body. The torso is going to have a little bit of movement here, not really a whole lot, and here goes that part again. That's annoying, gotta make sure to not touch those parts, they quit coming off. So there's going to be a little bit of movement there in the waist all around, but not really a whole lot, but it's enough that I think is noticeable, not bad. Here on the shoulders, obviously going to have some stickers here. They're very noticeable, these little lightning bolt stickers there. That is like a molded detail behind the sticker. I want to keep the stickers on for the moment just for the sake of the review, but just to let you guys know, there is that detail is molded in there, so for painting it shouldn't be a problem to paint that. Then these clear parts on the shoulders are nice. This blue part on the top, that's just a big blue sticker that wraps around there. And then here on the side, this black and yellow, that's a separate sticker as well. So the lightning bolts, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 on each shoulder piece. So a lot of stickers there. Then on the arm, we've got, of course, the sticker here inside the elbow, that little blue square, this yellow stripe down the front, and that's it. So just those two on the arm. The arm is going to move just normally, twisting there, double joint at the elbow, but you're really only going to get a 90-degree bend of it. There is a double joint in there, but the bend is really only going to go that far, sadly. So that's kind of disappointing. Definitely one of the weak points of the articulation of this kit. Most of the articulation is fine, but that part is definitely below average. And the wrist is just ball joints, so nothing too major there. One thing that I will say that I've come to enjoy about the HG G-Self kit is that it has very few seam lines that you'll have to fix on it. All of them are hidden pretty well, like here on the forearm, it's this line here, so it's just a molded detail there. Obviously on the shoulder armor there's one underneath this sticker, but that one shouldn't be too bad to get rid of. The shoulder joint is just the typical HG shoulder joint where it just swings out. Of course it does pop out quite easily if you overextend it, but just have to be careful not to do that. But it is going to give some pretty good forward motion there for the arm. Not too amazing, but it is something anyway. For the legs, everything's going to be pretty standard except for the fact that here at the top the legs aren't really able to rotate that much, only about like that far. If we take this out, here you can see that it's just attached into that polycap there, so there's not going to be any swiveling at the hip there, sadly. We are going to have pretty nice knee joints though. We're not getting full 180, but we are getting a pretty nice double joint there. Not too bad, it's more than 90 degrees anyway. and the ankles as well. The ankle armor is the kind that sort of plugs into the ankle joint on the side, so it's a little bit goofy, but anyway, it's okay. The bottom of the feet is like half detail, half empty. That's just so-so, but pretty good movement at the ankle, side to side, and then down, up, forward pretty far, but down not that far. Kind of wish it was a little bit more. Here is one bad seam line on this kit though, is these on the side of the leg. Again, not actually too bad, it wouldn't be too hard to get rid of those, but if you're not good at getting rid of seam lines, it might be kind of difficult for you. More stickers is of course these blue circles there on that side and on this side as well. And then behind the clear pieces there's one there and then one under that one as well. And then of course on the foot these white stickers on the side and then this white one here at the front at the toe. So lots of stickers all around. The skirt armor I forgot to mention is connected, but you can cut that to separate those. And then the back skirt does not move at all. So that's it for the mobile suit. One more sticker I forgot on the sides of the hands. There's a white sticker there on the hands. So lots and lots of stickers. The articulation is pretty good. Nothing really too amazing. Nothing really too disappointing. So just overall, not bad. So for the accessories, we do have some alright options for the hands. As you can see there on the kit now, we have the holding hands, which are okay. We do also have two open hands, which are not as bad as other Reconquista and G open hands, where they're so super plain and terrible and ugly. These are not great, but they're not really the best either. I don't know, they're okay as far as open hands go. And then we do also have a dedicated trigger finger hand for holding the beam rifle as well. Now for the beam rifle, sadly it's still just the exact same beam rifle that we've got with the other versions. I kind of wish that we would have had something new, but I guess in the anime it never actually got a new beam rifle, so sadly we're just stuck with the same one. It's okay, not really all that exciting, not really the best design, for me it's basically two parts sandwiched together, one part for the barrel and then one part for this part here on the top, so nothing too special there. Then we have our two beam sabers. We have the really nice beam saber handles. I like the look of the beam saber handles for the G-Self. Very cool, definitely. And then the beam sabers themselves are really cool as well because they're just these really thin, straight beam saber effect parts. I really like that. Really great weapons, I think. Really great take on the beam saber design just because they're different. The handle is pretty unique, and then just the shape of the beam effect is cool as well. So I do like these quite a bit. Sadly, the handles don't have anywhere to store on the kit. As I said, they should be stored on the top of the chest, but they can't, so you just kind of have to hang on to those. And then the final accessory we've got is the shield. I really like the design of this shield. I think it was probably hard to translate this into an HG design because here you can see the back is very, very plain and kind of ugly. I mean, there's just really not much going on there. The front looks good, but a lot of the big reason that it looks good is because of the stickers. All this yellow on here is all stickers, so that cross part, that is a molded detail. Once again, there's like a molded detail of a little cross there. But you'll have to paint that. Not going to be the easiest thing to do on this big, large, clear blue part. And then this yellow lining as well is all just stickers. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stickers there, and then including the cross in the middle, that's 9 yellow stickers on there. So that's not great, but still the end result is still pretty cool. Of course, it's going to look better if you paint it, but I think it is a really cool looking shield. I do like the look of it anyway. And then we have the connection piece is just going to be snapping onto the side of the arm. Very simple to just put it on like that, and that's it, it's on. So holds it well, no problem. The shield can rotate on that, so you can hold it up like that, no problem holding that shield. It's a cool shield, I like it. And then of course the main attraction of this kit is probably going to be the space back, or the Perfect Pack. So here it is next to the G-Self. Obviously it's going to be a little bit tall on this base. Very nice that we get this base included with the kit. I'm glad that we got that. It is in the kind of ugly clear white color that I don't particularly really like, but it is nice that we get it. And we have two different options. The arm there is made up of the two different parts, and we do also have this one that's like a more extreme angle. If you wanted to use that, probably not going to be useful at all for this kit, but you do have that option just because this is always included with that. If you had something else like to attach to it, you could use maybe, like you could put both of them onto the base, but probably not going to be using this for anything. It's really pretty nicely designed, I think, overall. It looks really good. It does have a little bit of a problem though, and that problem is that this top part and the lower part can very easily come disattached like that. So this part just snaps up into there. Go ahead and take it off the base for the moment, just to show you. This top part and bottom part just fit together by that, and the bottom part is what fits into the back of the Gundam, and then the top part is supported by this base. Now here's another thing that I just want to point out quickly, is that this connection is so ugly. It's so stupid. The Assault Pack had a really ugly connection as well, so it's very unfortunate. They have such a really nice, like, organic looking design here, and then this just ugly gray box for a connection piece. It's terrible. Anyway, it plugs just into here. So then that top part is supported there, but this front part, what actually plugs into the Gundam, is not supported. So I feel very weary that with the weight of the Gundam on here as well, that's going to eventually like drop down out of there and just fall off very easily. So I would definitely recommend gluing this backpack together, this top and bottom piece. Glue those together to be sure that that's never going to come apart on you. So just obviously on here there's a bunch of stickers and a bunch of clear parts. Clear stickers there and there. Underneath this part, stickers there and here. On the top, stickers here, here, here. On this part, I believe there is not any stickers on the main part, if I remember correctly, so that's okay. But I think, yeah, the design looks really cool. Very, very like organic looking. Definitely looks like it's a perfect pack, like some finished, complete design, and it looks like it goes really well with the G-Self. Just, I think they look like they go together, so that's good. Here on the ends, the tips of here, we can see we have like these little safety flags. I didn't cut them off. Usually before I do the reviews, I cut those off of like V-fins and stuff, but I just left those on there just to show you guys. But you should cut those off whenever you're building this. These parts here are just attached via ball joints, so these are going to be able to move around however you want to pose them. Just be careful, they will come off if you overextend them. So you can pose those kind of how you want. And then obviously here we have these mechanical arms for these parts, so these are going to be able to move around in pretty much every which way. And then when you want them to be like firing as cannons, as they are, you can rotate them forward, and they come apart by these parts fold out like that. Those parts open up, and then the whole thing opens up like that as well. So that's the open mode, and then this is the closed one. So closed, open, closed, open. Pretty cool. It's definitely an interesting effect, and all these clear parts just make it look even better, I think. So let's go ahead and get this attached on. Again, it's very easy to attach this. It's just going to plug right into the backpack, and then you're all set to go. Just like that. Of course, I'll have to fix the backpack. It's looking a little goofy now, but anyway, you can get the idea there. Very easy, and it looked great. Alright, so that's looking a little bit better now. Everything's all lined up, everything on the backpack. The beam rifle is in hand, and the shield, and all of that, and it is looking great. I think the G-Self is a design that's not for everyone, but I think you'd have a hard time arguing that this is a pretty cool looking kit. All the white and the clear blue together looks great. The colors for the Gundam itself, the slightly darker red, the slightly lighter blue for the parts for the feet and the torso. I believe that blue is a little bit lighter. I could be wrong about that, but I believe it is slightly lighter. Anyway, the colors look great on it. even not painted. Of course, painting it, you're going to be able to get the colors just that more perfect, I think. And then with all the details painted and all of that. Very sticker heavy, so of course there is going to be a lot of masking and detail painting involved to paint this kit up in the correct colors. Even now as it stands, it's not in the totally correct colors, so even if you're not painting, there's no way to get all of the colors totally anime accurate without at least doing some painting on it. So I mean, that should be expected when you're buying any kit, so it shouldn't really come as too much of a surprise. To at least do some painting should be expected on any kit. Even like the best master grades still will at least need some painting on them. So one thing I also didn't point out before, I mentioned that it's nice that we have the connection piece for the shield, and then it connects very easily and very well, holds on there nicely, and it does its job very well. One thing that I forgot to say is that despite it's doing its job very well, it is very ugly. So let me stop this. Just when you see that part there on the arm, it's just this plain flat gray part there. It doesn't really look that good. I think you're probably not going to notice that too much when you have all this other stuff going on, but if you were to look directly at that, it just looks like, well, that's not really very interesting. Similar to the connection piece here on the backpack, just it's kind of like just big gray flat ugly box thing. And here we can see with those huge cannons in action, it's looking definitely pretty cool. You have to admit that those things definitely do the job. Even when they're pointed back, they look good just like pointing backwards on the backpack. Pointed forwards like this, they're convincing as these just really huge cannons that look really powerful. And then the Gundam, despite this base not being articulated at all, you are able to change up the pose enough so that it can look very dynamic like this. I think this is not like the most super dynamic pose, but as you can see, you definitely are able to get some nice poses out of this. I actually really quite like this pose a lot. I'm not always, as I've said before, I'm not always really good with posing with beam sabers, I feel like. But I think this one looks pretty good. I just really enjoy the look of the beam saber for the G-Self, the shield as well, so I think it's a really great combination going on here. We've got the cannons pointing forward, those other like antenna things on the backpack pointing back. We've got the shield out in front, so it looks really cool. You can get a nice good look at that cool shield. The beam saber effect part is really cool and interesting, just this long straight piece there. Looks really good, I think, but of course there is one more thing about this kit that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is these. We have more clear blue pieces. These are these effect parts that we're going to be using to make the backpack have this kind of mirage sort of look. And there we go, just a little bit of repositioning and just plugging those into the back of the backpack, the back of those cannon parts, and there's no denying that that's definitely an impressive looking kit that's going to command some attention on your shelf for sure. I'll just let you soak that in for a minute while I get this rotating around. Here on the back you can see where those effect parts are just plugged in there. Very easy to do that, and I was worried as I was plugging them in. I was thinking, oh man, this is going to be a lot of weight on those mechanical arms holding those cannon parts. I wasn't sure if they were going to take it, but so far they seem to be holding the weight very well, and it's having no problems just holding those up. If you have this on your shelf like this for a couple weeks, couple months, something like that, I'm not sure if it's going to, over time, if those are going to start to sag a little bit. I feel like they probably would, but at least for now it's looking good, so that's the important part. And it's really looking good. So a couple things I need to apologize for first, or just kind of correct from what I said before. Sorry, I didn't know before posing the kit, but I checked the manual. This is just the reflector mode. So basically these are just acting as reflectors, sort of similar to the reflector pack, I guess, but different in some way. I guess, I don't know, I haven't got this far in the anime to see this thing actually in action, so not too sure about that. Anyway, the other thing is that when I unfolded the cannons before, I said that we need to pop out these kind of little side parts there. For the cannon mode, those aren't actually supposed to come out. It's just the cannon's supposed to open up. Those are only supposed to come out like that now here for the reflector mode. So sorry about that. I think it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, you can pretty much just do whatever you want, but if you wanted to be technical about it, and according to the manual, that's how it's supposed to be. Those are supposed to be folded out now just like this in the reflector mode, not as the cannons. So anyway, that is pretty much it for this kit, you guys. I think it's definitely got what it takes to be just a really nice shelf piece like this, just in this sort of a not a super dynamic pose, but just with these awesome effect parts on it. It looks good. Or if you wanted to change it up and give it a more dynamic pose like you saw before, like using the cannons or whatever you want to do, it is possible to do that as well. It's nice that we have the base for this. I think it's absolutely necessary. I think if we didn't have the base, it would have just been pretty ridiculous on Bandai's part. There's no way they could have had something like this without a base. So anyway, it's just nice that we have it. Nice that we have the beam sabers. I think that also could have been something Bandai could have skipped out on these, but I'm glad that we have these included as well. Those are some great accessories. Pretty nice options for the hands. Obviously a very, very sticker heavy kit, but overall very nice. Nicely designed and nicely engineered kit for the most part. The weight issue that I was worried about the backpack coming separated, the top and bottom part of the backpack and the whole kit falling off forward, that has happened a couple times over the course of filming this review, so it definitely is an issue you need to look out for. Definitely glue that. If you're going to be painting it, of course wait till you're done painting, I would say, and then glue it. But whether you're painting or not, I would definitely recommend gluing that to make sure that this isn't going to take a tumble off your shelf. It would be very easy to probably break one of those V-fins if it fell off a high shelf. One of those, well, sort of V antlers or something, whatever they would be. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this kit. Definitely recommended. The list price, if I remember correctly, was 2,500 yen, so it's like the price of a standard RG. A little bit high for an HG kit, but when you consider everything we're getting with it, those a lot of clear blue parts here, the base as well, and it's a pretty big box, so a lot of stuff in there, so 2,500 yen doesn't seem too bad. I think if you had to choose one version of the G-Self, I would go for either this one or the Assault Pack, whichever one you like more. Maybe if your favorite color is blue, then go for this one. If your favorite color is red, then go for the Assault Pack. I don't know. Just depends on what you like. If you like something that has some cool effect parts like this, then go for this one. If you like one that has some huge heavy firepower, then go for the Assault Pack. I don't know. Both have their pros and cons. I think the Assault Pack is about 1,100 yen more expensive, I believe. I think that one was 3,600 yen, if I remember correctly. Or possibly 3,800 even. Anyway, definitely more expensive, but obviously it's going to be much larger and a lot more plastic in there anyway. So that's it for this, guys. If you have any other questions, comments, let me know in the comments section down below. Are you happy that the Reconquista G HG series is finished, or do you wish we would have got some more kits from this series? I don't know. There's some cool designs that I wish we would have got, but we do have to make room for the new series starting up pretty much in like 2 weeks. So I guess it was a necessary thing. Also wish we would get a master grade of this. I kind of wonder if and when it's going to happen. I think they have to do it eventually, but maybe it's just not a high priority for Bandai at the moment. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.